And now back to Bobby Likis Car Clinic and your host, Bobby Likis.
And welcome back to Bobby Likis Car Clinic. Great broadcast today. Call with your questions at 888 Car Clinic. But first, here's some interesting news, folks. The creative economy is one of the most rapidly growing sectors of the world. Some 40 million Americans currently work in the creative sector, which has grown by 20 million jobs since 1980, a 35-year time span. General Motors Design has taken a proactive approach in pioneering new ways to build the creative talent pipeline. Early identification of talent is the key. GM's latest initiative, just launched, is a new high school-focused national design competition. How cool is that? The reward is a paid-for summer school experience with College for Creative Studies in Detroit. The competition is currently open for entries, and GM is trying to reach out to parents and students nationwide. Winners will be announced February 7th, 2017. On the Car Clinic hotline with us now is Sheryl Garrett from General Motors. Sheryl is the manager of Design Global Creative Resources. Sheryl, I'm really excited about this. Welcome to Bobby Likis Car Clinic.
Oh, well, thank you for having me, Bobby. We're really excited about this and being on the air and having you reach out to your audience and tell them about this exciting competition, which is the national competition. It kind of builds on the success of a local outreach program that we've been doing. It's to help students with fine art interests and talent explore the creative careers that are available to them in the automotive creative economy, as you mentioned. We know that early identification of this artistic talent is really key to the awareness, of careers in the auto industry. And typically, even students, as they're making their career choices, in high school and middle school, don't know about the wonderfully, robust and rewarding careers that they can have in this arena. So reaching out to these students, helping promote all these wonderful careers to the parents and the art educators is all part of the reason that we're doing this competition. As you might know, General Motors has one of the largest global design organizations around the world. We have 10 studios. And so building this pipeline of creative talent is essential. We know that the competition for this talent is fierce. Designers are in high demand for work in entertainment, industry, toys, consumer products, web gaming, and fashion. So, they have a wide range of different careers that are available to them. So, exposing them to the careers that are in the automotive creative environment is also very essential. This competition is open to all U.S. high school students at grades 9 through 12. And you really don't have to be a car designer. We're looking for students with fine art, talent and interest who are, interested in exploring this exciting field of car design.
We're talking with Sheryl Garrett, General Motors Manager of Design Global Creative Resources. And I can tell you, Sheryl, when I was in grade school, to even consider that I might be with General Motors or an OEM, a car maker, at some point in my life was just too much to comprehend, and yet General Motors and this initiative can make that happen. So, folks, parents, we need to really pay attention here, and if you've got someone in the roof at home, under the roof at home, that is really talented and it has an interest, then this is the time for you to enter. Tell us how someone would go about entering, and Sheryl, tell us why GM is targeting high school students and why now?
Well, we've learned, in my current career as trying to recruit this talent, that even the designers who find their way into this to be automotive creative designers didn't always know about this in their high school years. So we're trying to promote the exposure of that. This competition, again, you don't have to be a car designer to enter it. We're looking for anybody who has, fine art talent and interest. There's 4 phases to the competition, but the first phase is for the students to drop in their own creative work by November 14th. And they need to visit and register on www.cardesignnews.com. And again, we have provided a hot link to that website for them to you register. And again, registration is due by November 14th to enter the first phase. And again, as you said, the competition gives them invaluable exposure and experience in the field of automotive design. One of the phases along the way, they will be mentored by a professional GM designer to help them even improve their creative work that they're going to do when they design the Chevrolet crossover SUV for the year 2030. How cool is that?
2030.
Have your own mentor for you.
That is, and we have historically interviewed several of the execs from GM. One of the gentlemen has retired since then. But he, like so many people before they came to GM in his younger days, wanted nothing more than to be associated with an OEM, with a car maker. And indeed, not only was he, but he ended up just being vice president of design there. And I can just imagine how exciting that would be. Again, I want to make sure that the site, it's cardesignnews.com.
That's correct, cardesignnews.com. And it's a partnership that we've created with them, so that's an easy social media platform for the students to get at.
Okay, and this needs to be now. This has to happen because the entry period, as I understand, Sheryl, ends Monday. That's this coming Monday, November 14th. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is correct. And you are, Bobby, you are also correct. One of our vice presidents, when he was a young boy, wrote into General Motors design, and to a person that was sitting in a chair very similar to mine, and he asked for advice on how to get into the automotive industry. And this is just a new interpretation of helping students, connect with us and learn all about the wonderful world and careers that are available in our creative environment here.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's the latest news, and I have to tell you, I'm really excited about this. I know that there be a lot of folks that are tuned in now that will want to jump online to cardesignnews.com. Sheryl, it's been great to have you on Car Connect. Sheryl Garrett, General Motors, Manager of Design Global Creative Resources. How interesting and how terrific it's going to be for some young group and young person to design a 2030 crossover. 2030. That is really way cool. Sheryl, thanks for joining us today on Bobby Likis Car Clinic.
Oh, thank you so much, Bobby. Have a great day.
I see that Miss Jan is waving to me and sending me a note. Sheryl Garrett just called back in because their deadline for this cardesignnews.com, the deadline has been extended to Monday, November 28th. So General Motors has extended the deadline for registration. So if you have maybe a youngster in the house that loves cars, he or she would love to work for a major manufacturer, this is the place to start because they're looking for, and think about what's going on here. Here's a manufacturer, largest manufacturer of automobiles in the world, General Motors, and they're looking for younger people to come in, and the contest is about designing a 2030 crossover SUV, and the grades are from 9 to 12. It's a grade that's the age they're looking for, grades 9 to 12. So if you're listening to this broadcast right now or podcast or on Watch Bobby Live, just know that this is an opportunity for you as well. Does that mean you'll win? Does it mean you'll get the job? Not necessarily, but I will tell you this. Ed Welburn was a gentleman that I spoke to when I was talking with Sheryl, recently retired. He's a car guy's car guy. In his garage, he has a 68 Chevrolet. I think it's a Camaro, because he loves the design, he loves General Motors, and car show after car show, whenever there were OEMs there, Fords and Chryslers and GMs, Ed would be there with a GM. He was at Pebble Beach every year with a new Cadillac. He was at Amelia Island with a new Cadillac. You may have seen him with Jay Leno. He's been interviewed with Jay Leno several times. He is just the epitome of a person that personifies the design, Ed Welburn. And so Sheryl Garrett, I was glad to have her, and you can see her and listen to that interview, and we're going to put it up on our website, so you can go to watchbobbylive.com, or you go to YouTube, watchbobbylive.com, and you will see and hear Sheryl Garrett's interview all over again. And if all else fails, you can reach back out to me, and I'll give you the website again. It's cardesignnews.com.